Once you hit 80, these 6 things kick in, no matter what you do. Signs of getting older. If you're closing in on 80 or already past it, you've likely seen that things don't roll on like they did back in your 70s. There are 6 particular shifts that hit everybody at this point. And I do mean everybody, ready or not. These aren't health woes or fixes you need, just those universal turns that come with crossing this line. Some might rattle you a bit, others could catch you off guard. But that 6th one? It's honestly the most freeing experience a person can have. And if you're clueless about what's ahead, you could skip right over the amazing chances these bring. Welcome to Wisdom, Wellness for Later Years. I'm here to guide you through this phase with some smarts, readiness, and a solid dose of assurance. Today, I'll lay out the 6 unavoidable shifts that come at 80, stuff nobody chats about freely, but we all go through it. These aren't frightening health drops or things to dread. They're just life's natural pivots that, if you get them right, can seriously boost how good your days feel. In the coming minutes, you'll learn all about how your stamina and rest habits flip, the way your circle of friends reshapes itself, why your take on time gets a total overhaul, what goes on with your recall and thought patterns, that shocking shift that's pure gold about turning 80, and one more that ties it all together in a way you might not expect. Drop a comment down there. Are you nearing 80, already in it, or tuning in for a loved one? Your take helps the whole group grow from each other. Here's the thing, folks. Overlook. Getting a handle on these ahead gives you a guidebook for what could be the richest stretch of your years. That 6th change I teased, it'll flip your whole view on growing older. All right, let's jump right in. 1. Your stamina and rest habits flip in a big way. The initial shift when you reach 80 is this deep rework of how your energy flows and how you catch your Z's, different from anything prior. It's not plain exhaustion. It's your system tuning to a fresh beat, and lots of folks push back instead of rolling with it. So, what's going down? That inner timer you've had forever, your circadian cycle, nudges forward. You start craving shut-eye by 8 or 9 at night, popping awake around dawn, say 5 or 6. Your high-energy moments hit early day and midday. Then there's this sharper drop-off come 2 p.m., way more than before. This ain't weariness, it's your body's prime setup now. Plus, the way you sleep alters. More light phases, less deep dive, so you might stir awake a few times overnight. But get this, the real nugget is, it's standard stuff, and it won't wreck your rest if you tweak what you expect and how you handle it. Take Margaret, this 83-year-old former nurse from Toronto. Right after 80, she got all worked up, because she couldn't hang till 10 p.m. anymore, and was up by 5 a.m. sharp. Figured she was breaking down or something. Her doc set her straight, totally normal, and rather than battling it, she rebuilt her routine around this new flow. Now, Margaret tackles her key stuff, like journaling, emails, a gentle walk first thing when she's buzzing. She lines up visits or calls for early afternoon, grabs a quick 20-minute breather at that 2 p.m. slump without beating herself up, and she's all in on that early lights out. End result? She says she's got more zip and gets more done than in a long while. Here are 3 solid tips to sync with your fresh energy vibe. First off, track your own highs and lows for a week. Jot down when you're sharp versus dragging. Simple as that. Second, shuffle your must-dos to match those peaks. Save the heavy lifting for when you're on fire. Third, lock in a bedtime ritual that fits your natural wind down, like softening the lights an hour early and ditching the phone. The big mental flip: your body's not failing, it's streamlining for right now. Quit the fight, optimize instead, and boom, your days turn more fruitful and fun than forcing the old ways. Hey, have you felt your energy tweaking with age? Spill in the comments. It reminds us all we're in this boat together. But stamina stuff's only the opener. The next hits something even deeper, and you might be shocked at how uplifting it turns out. 2. Your circle of friends reshapes in ways you didn't see coming. That second surefire change at 80 is the makeover of your social scene. And no, it's not only about folks drifting off, though yeah, that happens. It's a full-on upgrade in who you link with and why it counts. Come 80. Some old ties just ease away, while others dig in deeper than you imagined. Why? Your focus swings to real bonds. You've got zero patience for fake stuff, and you're pulled to folks in your same boat now, not just past shared times. Big parties might lose their pull. One-on-one deep talks win out. That buddy you hit the malls with might not vibe with your slower step, but some acquaintance turns key because they really get your current spot. This tweak's got purpose. Your heart's fuel is scarcer, so your mind steers you to ties that deliver true backup, empathy, and happiness. Not pulling away, it's fine-tuning your crew. Think of Robert, an 82-year-old ex-accountant from London. At 81, he was bummed when his weekly golf crew fizzled. Health stuff, relocations, vibe just off. Felt like his social self was vanishing. But then, surprise, he joined a book club at the community center, meeting others in their late 70s and 80s. These fresh pals bonded over now interests, not old stories. Robert found chats with them more heartfelt, helpful, and revving than loads of his prior hangouts. Plus, his bonds with his grown kids strengthened. Being picky with his social juice meant pouring more into what counted, and they stepped up too. How to ride this wave well. First, let some links fade guilt-free. Not all need forever status, and that's fine. Second, hunt for new folks in your phase, or sharing your today's passions and beliefs. Third, amp up the good ones with deliberate time and real talk. And fourth, drop the idea of keeping your 60s, 70s social speed depth beats count any day. A solid 2-hour heart-to-heart trumps a full day of chit-chat. Key point: this isn't turning hermit or ditching fresh bonds. Tons at 80 say their friendships get rawer, steadier, and warmer than ever. You're not dropping your world, you're leveling it up. What tweaks in your pals and hangs have you spotted? Any bonds that grew big or new ones that popped up? Chime in below. This friend shift ties straight into the third big one, messing with something core: how you handle time altogether. 3. How you view time and what matters gets a total revamp. This third shift at 80 might be the heaviest hitter. Your whole deal with time flips, and bam, your what counts list gets rearranged for the better. Believe it. Experts call it a time view switch. Days could seem quicker with less oomph physically, but weirdly, you get super choosy on spending each bit. Not about time slipping, it's grasping what it's meant for at last. You stop sweating others' opinions, chase real contentment instead. Those outside musts, like looking the part, showy standards, pleasing nobodies, feel pointless now. This brings huge release. You nix energy suckers, embrace soul feeders, maybe first time ever as an adult. FOMO? Swapped for the thrill of picking on purpose. Picture Eleanor, 81, from Chicago, who floored her kin with a bold move. She'd been the model homemaker for decades, club duties, hosting, social musts that drained more than delighted. Hit her, she was dumping precious time on chores over joy. So, she quit the committees and swapped for quiet mornings with her knitting, a lifelong love she'd sidelined. She volunteered at a yarn co-op weekly, teaching newbies and getting hands-on. Family fretted she was withdrawing. Nope, she felt charged and directed like ages ago. She ditched duties for what sparked her. This time, tweak Power's choices hugely. At 80, decisions lean on your bliss over outside rules. Maybe start that painting class, cut draining ties, or set up home for your ease, not norms. Real-world win. You nail what's vital versus just pressing. What they call solid smarts, cutting through fluff to essence. Ways to hug this time change? First, audit a week. Spot energizers versus drainers. Hunt patterns. Second, say no to mismatches without sorries. Third, sink time into deep joy stuff, even if not useful. Fourth, use this view for delayed talks or doings. At 80, you've got the know-how to spot what counts and the space to do it. The loveliest bit? It often crafts a truer, richer life than before. Ditching others' clocks for yours makes all intentional and rich. What duties or funds have you dropped with age? Any fresh musts that shocked you? Tell us in comments. This priority pivot preps for the fourth, tweaking your head in unexpected modes, not the memory drop most dread. 4. Recall and brain work take on clever, fitting tweaks. Fourth, up at 80. Your memory and thought gears shift, but not that straight fade, folks, panic over. Your mind does this smart reshuffle, swapping some skills for others, and the swap might rock more than you guess. Sure, quick hold memory slips. You enter a space forgetting the why, or blank on a fresh name. But dig this, as new info sticks less easy short term, pulling and linking old memories sharpens big time. Loads say past events from way back pop vivid and full. Better yet, your noggin aces spotting links across life bits. That's why elders shine in wise calls, even if speed dips. Brain moves from fast data cruncher to ace connector and insight maker. Swap zippy grabs for deep gets. Fast learn for true grasp. Choices get intriguing. Slower on fresh data, but smarter picks from life's huge stash. Quick to flag real from fluff. Look at Harold, 85, retired mechanic from Vancouver. Got annoyed when he couldn't snap up new gadget specs like old days. Then, wow, his daughter hit him with job puzzles, and he'd spot fixes that stumped her sharp crew. His mind ditched data memorize mode for pattern hunt master, built from years of fixes linking odd dots. Harold adapted, carries a pocket pad for daily notes, saves brain for heavy lifts he's tops at now. Joined a fix-it workshop advising, where his connect the dots shines for tough calls. 4 ways to max your brain game at 80. 1. Outsource everyday logs, apps, lists for basics. Free head for complex. 2. Dive into stuff using your link spotting, like puzzles, guiding juniors, or experience-based solves. 3. Challenge mind, with add-ons to what you know, not total newbies. 4. See, it's a style shift, not drop now tuned for depth over dash. Big mind change. Aging brain ain't loss only. Your 80s version specs different from 30s, often better for key calls and Cs that count here. Forget keys spot? Fine, but you sniff bad tips instant, read social webs deep, decide with nuances green minds miss. How's your think or recall evolved? New powers show as others adjust? Drop your tail below. This brain tweak sets up the 5th most wild shift. One that could be 80's top perk. 5. You unlock a startling depth of liberty and true self. 5th, at 80's the curveball, and for heaps, the sweetest. You hit this peak of inner freedom and realness maybe untouched before. Beyond not minding judgments, it's stepping into your core, you. Pressures that molded past choices, poof, gone. No career climb, no wowing bosses, no success checkboxes. Kids, independent, big duties wrapped, you get green light, maybe debut, to steer by your truths and wants. Shows up wild, voicing long-held views, chasing silly dreams, picking joy over shoulds. Judgment, fear, barely a blip. Beauty here, not turning self-centered, it's blooming genuine, making you fresher, truer, handier to folks near. Twist. Body might limit more, but heart and spirit soar free. Quit the act. Live as you. Meet Dorothy, 84 from Manchester, embodying this. Lifelong as the perfect school admin spouse, prim outfits, measured words, others first always. Buried her dance passion to match the mold. At 84, she called quits on perfect. Switched to vibrant threads suiting her spark. Took swing dance classes with flair. Spoke blunt in ways that raised brows. But instead of prickly, Dorothy lit up, drawing people in. Kin were stunned at first, then saw this real her was a blast. Grandkids adored the Gran, who twirled bold and shot straight. She'd okayed her true colors, perks, surprise. Bonds often strengthen, 'cause you're straight on needs. Less fake energy, more real links. Freedom hits living to pick spots that delight, not smart. Hobbies for glee, not fitting. Days by your buzz, not clock. Not reckless, it's wise, sorting real duties from nah. Valid views from noise. Embrace it how? 1. Spot where you've bent to others over self. 2. Permit choices for your real joy. 3. Test sharing true thoughts and likes reactions might wow positive. 4. Use liberty for tries you've shelved. Felt this growing realness and space with age? What self-part shine more? Dropped what shoulds. Share your bit below could spark another step. This realness caps the prior shifts. But wait, there's a sixth that weaves them all. 6. Your outlook on wellness and daily joys deepens unexpectedly. The sixth and wrapping shift at 80 is this fresh lens on health and simple delights, pulling everything together in a grounded, rewarding way. It's not chasing perfection anymore. It's savoring what works and finding peace in basics. At 80, wellness stops being about gyms or diets. It's tuning into your body's signals, appreciating steady habits that sustain without strain. You might ease off strict routines, embracing gentler moves like walks in nature or chair yoga. And notice how food tastes richer when mindful. But deeper, everyday joys amplify. A warm cuppa, birdsong, a good book, these hit harder, filling gaps where bigger thrills once ruled. This isn't resignation, it's refined gratitude, born from life's ups and downs. You learn to celebrate small wins, like a pain-free morning or clear-headed day, turning potential downs into ups. Why now? Experience shows what's fleeting versus lasting, so you invest in sustainable wellness that feeds body and soul. Take Victor, 86 from Boston, a former salesman. Post-80, he ditched his rigid gym schedule that left him wiped, worried he was slacking. Instead, he shifted to daily garden strolls, fresh meals from his plot, and quiet reflection. These sparked joy he hadn't felt in years, and surprisingly, his health steadied better sleep, less stress. Family saw him bloom, sharing laughs over simple suppers. Victor realized wellness was about harmony, not hustle. How to lean in? First, listen to your body. Adjust habits to what feels right now. Second, build rituals around basic pleasures, like sunset watches or herbal teas. Third, track small health joys weekly, building appreciation. Fourth, share these with loved ones, turning solo wins into shared warmth. This outlook isn't about ignoring issues, it's proactive peace, making later years vibrant. The gem? It boosts overall satisfaction. As research hints, elders prizing simples often report peak happiness. Noticed your wellness view or joy in basics shift? What small things light you up more? Comment, it connects us. This wellness depth crowns the rest. Stamina teaching flow, friends for depth, time for essence, brain for insight, freedom for self, all fueling a tuned, joyful life. Grasping these 6 shifts reframes 80 entirely, from dreading it to prepping as a growth era full of hidden gems. Your stamina urges smart flow, friends guide to true ties, time brings sharp focus, brain swaps for wisdom, freedom unleashes you, wellness grounds it in joy. See them as upgrades, not dips, and you sink instead of struggle. The 80-something hugging their rhythms, nurturing bonds, choosing wisely, valuing depth, living true, and savoring basics. They often say life's sweeter than ever, not decline evolution. Your 80s you isn't lesser. It's honed for rich stuff. The real magic, each shift, embraced, builds a more deliberate, real, happy chapter than before. Which of these 6 floored you? If living them, what's the biggest win? Share below. Your story lifts the community. If this flipped your 80 view, pass it to who needs it. Subscribe to Wisdom, Wellness for Later Years. We're crafting a space honoring every life phase,